हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू आवर यूट्यूब चैनल बीइंग इंजीनियर। तो दोस्तों, कल से हमने स्टार्ट किया था एक नई सीरीज़ जिसका नाम था एसएससी जेई बुलेट्स। ओके, तो हम इसे कंटिन्यू करने वाले हैं। तो हम देखने वाले थे एस्टिमेशन एंड कॉस्टिंग। दोस्तों, जो भी इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट्स है, जो भी इम्पोर्टेंट डाटा है, मैं वही बताऊंगा, ठीक है। और एक क्विक रिवीजन सीरीज़ है हमारी। ओके, तो हम स्टार्ट करेंगे। तो फर्स्ट पॉइंट है हमारा फ्लोर एरिया रेशियो। इसे हम कहते हैं FAR। ओके, FAR इज इक्वल टू टोटल एरिया ऑफ ऑल फ्लोर्स अपॉन एरिया ऑफ प्लॉट। मीन्स FAR इज द relationship between total amount of usable floor area that a building has and the total area of an plot on which the building stands. Okay, a higher FAR is more likely to indicate a dense or urban construction. The next is most reliable estimate is detailed estimate. The types of estimate are preliminary or approximate estimate or abstract estimate, plinth area estimate, cubic rate estimate and detailed or atom rate estimate. Okay, ये आपको कई बार पूछा गया है दोस्तों। Then in the straight line method, the annual depreciation of a property is calculated using the following method. Okay, in straight line method, the annual depreciation of the property is calculated using the following method. First method is straight line method. Straight line method is depreciation is equal to original cost minus scrap value upon life in year. Then in this method, asset lose his value by a fixed amount every year. Then next is sinking fund method is equal to Ci minus Cs into I upon 1 plus I whole raised to n minus 1, where Ci is the initial cost of asset at 0 time, Cs is the salvage value and n is the life of asset. Okay, then in sinking fund method, an amount is assumed to be deposited into a sinking fund at the end of each year of the asset life. Factor I upon 1 plus I whole raised to n minus 1 is known as sinking fund factor. दोस्तों, sinking fund factor का क्वेश्चन आपको आया था, तो ये आप याद रखिएगा। Annual installment factor is equal to sinking fund multiplied by sinking fund factor. Okay, then next method is decline balance method or constant percentage method. Next is double decline balance method. Next is sum of year digit method. The next is sinking fund method. We had seen it. The next one is standard weight per meter of bar, one of the important question. So the standard weight in kg per meter of the bar. So we know that the specific gravity of the steel is 7.85. Density of steel is 7850 kg per meter cube. Let the diameter of the bar be d mm. Then cross-sectional area of the bar will be equal to pi by 4 times of d square in mm square. Okay, then if we convert it into meter square, then pi by 4 into d by 1000 whole square in meter square. So the weight of bar per meter run in kg will be equal to cross-sectional area of the bar, which is pi by 4 into d square into 10 raised to minus 6 multiplied by density of bar multiplied by 1 meter length. So we get the value of 0.00618 times of d square. दोस्तों, इस क्वेश्चन पर, इस डाटा पर आपको 2 से 3 क्वेश्चन पूछे गए हैं इसके पहले भी, ठीक है, तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। देन नेक्स्ट वन इज the document contains a detailed description of all the item of work excluding their quantities along with the current rate will be schedule of rates. Okay, document contains detailed description of all the item of the work excluding their quantities is schedule of rates. All the government department or the government or department every year prepare and update rates. Normally use building items, material, work items. Number of such items may range from 500 to 1000. This is called schedule of rates. The floor area included the area of balcony up to 50%. Okay, this is asked question in SSC. So the floor area included the area of balcony up to 50%. In the calculation of the floor area of buildings, the following shall be taken into account: floor area of a ground floor, upper floor in case of verandas and balconies with at least one of its side open other than parapets. 2. The exterior or interior open spaces. 50% of the area shall be taken into account for the calculation of the floor area. Okay. Then next important data is salvage value. Mostly asked question. Salvage value is the value of an asset after a certain period of time is called salvage value. That is resale value at the end of particular time. Means after a useful life, the value of that property is salvage value without dismantling this property. Then the scrap value is the value of an asset when its utility is considered to be junk or scrap. Then the book value, the value of a property during its useful life based on the purchase value and depreciation etc. is known as book value. This is the value recorded in the account book in a particular year. Okay. Then टाइप ऑफ वर्क. फ्रेंड्स ये आपको पूछा गया है, ठीक है. तो आपको माइनर वर्क के लिए पूछा था, तो हम तीनों वर्क देख लेंगे. फर्स्ट वाली इज पेटी वर्क. पेटी वर्क इज cost range is less than 20,000 rupees. Minor work is cost range of 20,000 rupees to 1 lakh rupees, and major work cost range is greater than 1 lakh rupees. Okay. Then next data is one brick wall is roughly equal to 20 centimeter. Half brick wall is roughly equal to 10 centimeter. Standard size of bricks is 90 centimeter by 9 centimeter by 9 centimeter without mortar, and the nominal size of brick is 20 centimeter by 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter with mortar. The size of conventional brick is 22.4 centimeter by 11.4 centimeter by 7 centimeter, and the size of conventional brick in masonry is 25 centimeter by 12.5 centimeter by 7.5 centimeter, means it is included with mortar. Then the depreciation of a cement concrete structure. Okay, so up to 5 years depreciation is 0%, and after 5 years it is 1%. Then the estimate for electrical wiring is prepared on the basis of number of points. Then number of tube light points, number of ceiling fan points, number of ordinary lamp points, number of plug points etc. Then next topic is tax. So first one is sales tax. A percentage of prices of goods sold, it is paid by businessman. Then property tax is a levy on a property that the owner is required to pay. The same is imposed by municipality. The next one is wealth tax. It is a tax on the market value of the asset that an individual holds, for example gold, car, plot etc. Okay, these are the three tax: sales tax, property tax and wealth tax. The next one is center line method. Okay, in this method of estimation, the total center line length of wall in a building is first calculated. Then the center line length is multiplied with the width and the depth of respective item to get a total quantity. The suitable for buildings having more rooms, it takes comparatively less time. Percentage and accuracy is less with compared to long wall and short wall method. For building projects estimate, center line method is generally used in PWD. This is one of the most important, and it is asked in SSC that for building projects estimate, center line method is generally used in PWD. Okay, so we can see here the center line length is LC and width is BC. So calculated volume of the material will be equal to 2 times of LC plus BC multiplied by height of material multiplied by width of material is your center line method. And we should note that the length we taken is from center to center. Okay, length and width are taken from center to center. The next is long wall and short wall method. In this method, the wall along the length of room is considered to be a long wall, while the wall perpendicular to the long wall is said to be short wall. To get the length of long wall or short wall, Calculate first the center line length of individual walls. Then the length of long wall is calculated after adding half the breadth at each end to its center line length. Thus, the short wall is measured by deducting the half breadth from its center line length each end. Suitable for small building having 1 or 2 rooms. It takes more time and the percentage of accuracy is more. So we can see here आपने लेंथ आउटर टू आउटर ली है और जो विड्थ है, ठीक है, जो आपने जो विड्थ ली है वो आपने 2 लॉन्ग वॉल के बीच की ली है, ठीक है, जो लॉन्ग वॉल के बीच है वो ली है, ठीक है। तो ये है दोस्तों आपका लॉन्ग वॉल एंड शॉर्ट वॉल मेथड। द कैलकुलेटेड वॉल्यूम ऑफ द मटेरियल विल बी 2 times ऑफ लेंथ प्लस विड्थ मल्टीप्लाई बाय हाइट ऑफ मटेरियल मल्टीप्लाई बाय विड्थ ऑफ मटेरियल, ओके। देन द इंडिकेटिंग वर्क left in the excavated trenches to facilitate the measurement of borrow pit are known as dead man or telltales. Okay, this is one of the important question asked in SSC is indicating the work left in the excavated trenches to facilitate the measurement of borrow pits are known as dead man or telltales. In the analysis of rates, the profit for the contractor is generally taken as 10%, and contractor's profit and overhead are taken as 15% in the analysis of rate. Okay. Then the information which cannot be included in the drawings is conveyed to the estimator through specifications. When the painted area of an corrugated sheet to be estimated, the plain area of sheet should be increased by the following percentage. For corrugated for corrugated steel sheets, it is increased by 10%. For corrugated asbestos cement sheets, it is increased by 20%, and for semi-corrugated asbestos cement sheet, it is increased by 10%. Of the total estimated cost of the building, the cost of electrification usually account for 8%. Okay. Then in the center line method of working out volumes for cross walls, half the width reduction must be made from the center line length at each junction. We can see here there are 2 rooms of 3 centimeter, 3 meters, and width is 3 meters. So total center line length will be 6 meter plus this one is your 6 meter plus 6 meter plus 3 meter plus 3 meter, and here is your junction. So we deducted 3 minus width of wall. Okay, 3 minus width of wall divided by 2. Okay, then next point is the technique of finding the fair price of an existing building on the property is known as valuation. The technique of finding the fair price of an existing building on the property is known as valuation. The value of dismantled material less the cost of dismantling is called scrap value. So the scrap value will be equal to junk value minus cost of dismantling. If the bearing is not specified for the lintel in the estimation, it is usually taken as 12 cm thick. The length of lintel is equal to clear span plus 2 times the bearings. The length of lintel will be equal to S plus 2 times the bearing, means 2T. So the T should be minimum of thickness of lintel or 12 cm. When the actual cost of construction plus a certain profit is paid to the contractor, then such a contract is known as cost plus percentage contract. In the earthwork, no separate measurement shall be taken for setting out work, profiles, site clearance, dead man, stepping, removal of slips and falls, and bailing out water from rain analysis. Then next one is your plastering and deduction estimation, one of the important topic. For walls, the plastering should be measured for the whole face of the wall, both sides as solid, and deduction for the opening should be made in the following manner. No deduction is made for the ends of beams, posts, and rafter etc. For small openings up to 0.5 square meter, no deduction is made, and at the time no addition are made for jambs, soffits, and seals of these openings. For openings exceeding 0.5 square meter but not exceeding 3 square meter, deduction is made for one side and other face is allowed for jambs, soffits and seal, which are not taken into account separately. For openings above 3 square meter, deduction is made for both faces of the openings and jambs and soffits and seals are into account and added. The cross-sectional area of the embankment of a canal fully in embankment is cross-sectional area is equal to B1 plus B2, which is the width of upper side, multiplied by height of bank plus 2 times of S. S is the slope and H is the height, SH square. So B1 plus B2 into H plus 2 times of SH square. Okay. Then next important data is the expected outturn of 2.5 cm cement concrete floor per mason per day is 7.5 square meter. 7.5 square meter. The brick walls are measured in square meter if the thickness of wall is 10 cm. The plinth area, it is the area covered built up area at the floor level of any story or at the floor level of the basement. It is the entire area occupied by the building. Internal and external walls, courtyard area is not included in the plinth area. The next important point is the approximate cost of the complete labor is a percentage of the total cost of building is 25%. The nominal lead and lift allowed for the earthwork in the excavation of the foundation are 30 meter lead and 1.5 meter is lift. Normally, earthwork is estimated for 30 meter lead for a distance and 1.5 meter for lift for height or depth. ISI specifies that the unit of lead as 50 meter measured over the shortest practicable route. The working out the exact quantities of various items of work is known as quantity surveying. Okay. Then next part is CPM and part. Free float. Free float, it is defined as the amount of time by which an activity can be delayed without affecting the early start time of succeeding activity, or it is that portion of the total float that can be used by the activity without delaying any succeeding activity. So the free float will be equal to total float minus head event slack. Then next one is total float. It is the difference between the maximum time available and actual time required for the completion of activity. Okay, the difference between the maximum time available and actual time required for the completion of activity. So the total float is equal to latest start time minus earliest start time, or latest finish time minus earliest finish time. Now the independent float is defined as the amount of time by which an activity can be delayed without affecting the succeeding activity and preceding activity. Okay, without affecting the succeeding and preceding activity. So the independent float is equal to free float minus tail event slack. Interfering float is defined as the difference of total float and the free float of an activity. It is also equal to the slack of head event of head activity. Okay, so this is PERT and CPM. Now next one is your dummy activity. Important terminology used and asked in SSC is dummy activity. It is a type of activity in the network which neither consumes any time nor resources. Okay, for example, waiting for the arrival of concrete material. Then next is cost slope of the direct cost curve. Cost slope is equal to crash cost minus normal cost upon normal time minus crash time, where normal time is the standard time that an estimator will assign to an activity. Crash time is the minimum possible time in which an activity can be completed by assigning extra resources. Normal cost is the direct cost of an activity associated with the normal time, and crash cost is the direct cost of an activity corresponding to crash time. Lead is the distance between the source of availability of material and construction site is known as lead. The cost of conveyance of the material depend on lead. If there is a different road other than metal road, the multiplying factor is for metal track, lead multiplying factor is 1. Lead multiplied by 1 modification factor. For carts track, it is lead multiplied by 1.1 modification factor, and for sandy track, lead multiplied by 1.4 modification factor. Okay. The next is approximate estimate method are as follow: plinth area method, cubic rate or cubic meter method, approximate quantities with bill method, service unit or unit rate method, Bay method, cost comparison method, cost from materials and labor. These are approximate estimation methods. Then detailed estimate of building work is prepared by long wall and short wall method, most accurate method, then center line method and crossing method. Then the revised estimate, it is prepared with the original sanctioned estimate is likely to exceed by more than 5%. Okay, if your estimate is exceed by 5%, then you have to revise the estimate. Then the capitalized value of a property is the property of annual income and year purchase. Capitalized value of a property is the property of annual income and year purchase. So capitalized value is equal to annual income multiplied by year purchase, where year purchase is equal to 100 upon I, where I is the rate of interest, and the last term is annuity. Annuity is the sum of money payable yearly or at the other जनरल रेगुलर इंटरवल. ओके, तो दोस्तों हमने सभी इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट्स जो थ्योरेटिकल थे हमने देख लिए हैं. ओके दोस्तों, एक क्विक रिवीजन था और जितने भी पॉइंट्स आपको पूछे गए हैं या डाटा रिलेटेड है जो आपको पूछा जा सकता है मैंने कवर किया है. ठीक है, अगर आपको अच्छा लगता है तो लाइक कीजिएगा, कमेंट कीजिएगा. अगर आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो मुझे बताइएगा. ठीक है दोस्तों, थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग. थैंक यू.